IVM.
Shakaal as a villain has aged the best from this movie. As a villain character,
Yeah.
Sure.
being intimidation.
I
Shakaal
mean, we
is
still have one here, so I can.
Yeah, correct. People are still following the look and all.
Yeah.
मुझे हेजिट विजुअल पे तुमने बुलाया है अब तुम्हारी कुर्सी के नीचे देख
भाई तो टट्टी रख
Suddenly,
लिया करो।
yeah. Suddenly these three chairs start rotating in a circle.
तुम्हें क्या लगा शकाल को बुलाओगे
हम यहाँ पे खेलेंगे म्यूजिकल चेयर्स।
शकाल के हाथ में जितने पत्ते होते हैं उतने ही पत्ते उसकी पॉडकास्ट में भी होते हैं
क्या कह रहे हो? क्या कह रहे हो तुम? शक्ल की बात हो रही है यहाँ।
और शुड आई हैव डन शकाल के हाथ में जितने पॉडकास्ट होते हैं उतने ही पॉडकास्ट उसकी आस्तीन में भी होते हैं
Wow.
both ways
I was
That's
thinking
spot on.
when someone asks you why is Antariksh on this episode, you should go जब होता है वो तब होता है. That Amitabh Bachchan dialogue. No, that's Amitabh Bachchan.
Oh, in the movie? Okay.
Yeah.
But I love this. The guest has already introduced himself. This is Has It Aged Well. My name is Abbas, and with me in my studio is my co-host Urjita Vani.
Hello.
And for second week in a row, we have a crossover episode with Pop Rap and Just a Filmy Game Show, which are the other two shows which are on the IVM Chop.
Yeah.
IVM Chop?
Yeah.
No.
I am Sasta Amitabh Bachchan since they couldn't get Amitabh Bachchan
Yeah,
for
and
this episode, to be honest.
I can only be Shakaal. I can't be
Yeah,
anybody else.
well,
Just have to keep doing this through the episode. But let me introduce you properly. So with us we have podcaster, comedian, host of Just a Filmy Game Show. He's been getting some really cool guests on his show, unlike our show, because he's the guest on our show this week. Just kidding. Please welcome to the studio, Antariksh Takkar.
Hello! Hey guys, thank you for having me. I love you both.
AKA Silvery, which is another name that you
Yes,
go by.
yes.
And today, that quote was from the 1980 film Shaan, which was Ramesh Sippy's follow-up. We did another recording where I kept calling Ramesh Sippy Rohan Sippy.
Sippy, yes.
My bad. That's his son.
Yeah.
Ramesh Sippy's follow-up to one of the biggest Hindi films of all time, which is Sholay. So Shaan was a film that came up in a conversation where we were doing another episode,
Yeah.
Antariksh. So in a nutshell, tell me why you want to talk about Shaan, and then we'll go to the quiz round that Urjita has today.
Sure.
But before that, why Shaan, Antariksh?
So, I love this movie.
Okay.
I always have. As a kid, I watched it not knowing what it was because as a kid, I don't think you understand, okay, this movie's old, this movie's new,
Correct.
I
Yeah.
should not,
Yeah.
whatever, even this won't be my taste. You just watch what was on TV.
Yeah.
And I remember watching, Shashi Kapoor used to live right, I used to stay in Nepean Sea roadside.
Really?
So I could see from my house on the 5th floor, government apartments, I could see Shashi Kapoor's house there.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Like he was like on the top floor of his building, but it was basically our window. So like every few days, my granddad would be sitting there and like it had become a thing in the family looking at the window. Okay, Shashi Kapoor ka. And whenever we would see someone in a kurta pajama walking by the window, like, hey, Shashi Kapoor wahan pe. We have no idea, but we just assumed I was
तेरे
there.
सामने
Yeah,
वाली
exactly.
खिड़की में एक चांद का टुकड़ा
यार रहता है.
But then you used to stay at Nepean Sea Road, so what happened?
My dad had a transferable job. He had a government
Achha,
job.
okay.
So we were sitting in government housing there.
Just to give context, you now live in Powai.
I say in
But
Powai,
you live in
yeah.
Hiranandani, which is still like
Not
a
Not
that
Hiranandani.
bad, not that
Not
bad.
Hiranandani.
Not a downgrade
Not
or
Hiranandani? Oh, yeah,
Not
then it's a
Hiranandani.
downgrade.
Then it's a
Yeah,
downgrade.
yeah, yeah.
It's a Raheja
Okay,
complex.
then it is only getting worse.
So then during that time when I watched this movie,
Yeah.
I remember having a lot of good feelings and actually being scared of Shakaal.
But were you doing this thing? You would watch Shashi on the TV and then
Like
you would
I dekh raha hai kya? Look, you frame the TV in a way so that he can also look.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But no, I didn't sadly do that. I don't think he cared कि वो
Of
बच्चा
course
वहाँ पे
not.
रहता है. So I just want to talk about it because I think this movie has in fact aged well, in my opinion.
Okay.
When we find out yours on this episode,
Yeah,
but
Had
that's
you,
why I
had
want to
you,
talk.
I mean, did you watch Shaan before you ever watched Sholay?
I actually watched Sholay very late in life.
Okay.
Because Sholay ka itna ho gaya tha, my parents were like so obsessed with the movie. You know, so you become contrarian. Also, like my brother hates old music, hates old
Oh,
movies.
okay.
So I kind of got into that mom mentality with my brother. But I was like, nahi, mere ko bhi nahi dekhna. Only years later when I got into college, when I was like, I started appreciating older things because my taste evolved and whatever. And the friends I hang out with, that's when I got into the Beatles and all that.
Yeah,
That's when I finally saw Sholay was just before college or like just after I'd already joined college. So very late in life.
Cool.
Shaan I had seen as a kid. So to me, this is the more superior Ramesh Sippy film.
Oh wow.
Oh, hot take.
That's,
Shots fired.
Okay, before we get to the quiz, just want to read out the stellar cast this film has.
Oh.
Amitabh Bachchan,
Yeah.
Shashi Kapoor, Shatrugan Sinha, Rakhi Gulzar, Parveen Babi, Bindya Goswami, Johnny Walker had not worked for a while, came back for this film, and special appearance by Sunil Dutt. Quite a
Yeah,
big
quite a sizable-
special appearance.
Gonna be played by Sanjeev Kumar, by the way.
Sanjeev Kumar was also approached for Shakaal, but
Was
we'll come to
he?
that later.
Oh, wow.
Do you want to do the plot synopsis or should we go to the quiz?
Also Mazhar Khan, right?
Mazhar Khan introduced in his first film, introducing Mazhar Khan as Abdul, who
Yeah,
who
talk
has
about
a
Abdul,
song
bro.
intro song for him.
Yeah.
So much to
Uh,
talk about Abdul.
Did you know that when it was the magazines came out with the news that he's introducing a new actor called Mazhar Khan,
Yeah.
everybody just assumed that he's going to be the villain because they introduced Amjad Khan as the villain in Sholay.
Oh.
So they're like, oh, this time they're going for another Khan
Oh,
called
wow,
Mazhar
really?
Khan.
Yeah, wow.
But yeah. But you have some trivia questions for us, Urjita. Just
So
please
before
tell
I
us.
start with the
It's like just a
trivia,
filmy game show, but not as serious.
Oh, okay. But fun.
But before that, I
Yeah.
would just like to tell you guys something. Honestly, this is an honest confession, okay? तो अंतरिक्ष ऐसे तो अंग्रेजी मूवीज और इतने फैंसी फैंसी चीज़ों की बात करता है, पर इसके मूवी रिकमेंडेशंस ऐसे होते हैं कि चुड़ैल का बच्चा, कभी नागिन, कभी सरपेंट, ऐसे तो which is why when he offered Shaan,
Yeah.
I hadn't heard of the movie before and I was like, ये कौन सी मूवी लाया यार, ये वापस कोई तो बकवास देखनी पड़ेगी. And then I would just like to apologize.
Oh,
Having a
hey,
discussion
apology
because
accepted.
it
Yeah.
is single-handedly the most fun movie, one of the most fun Bollywood movies I have ever watched.
Awesome.
Oh man,
I'm so glad to hear that.
From start to the, मैंने पूरे songs
You'd never
भी
even
देखे.
heard of it? You never heard of it?
I had heard of the songs.
The songs, obviously,
yeah,
And
they
मैंने
did
वो
some of
movie
them.
के especially वो जो beginning बिंदिया गोस्वामी का जो
हाँ,
introduction है, the whole
yeah,
कौन
yeah.
वाला part, वो मैंने I think separately देखा था
Wow.
कहीं पे तो, but I didn't know that Shaan ये movie ऐसी थी. And man, I was just like, why aren't cinephiles talking
So,
about this movie?
very-
Shaan, इतनी बात
Yeah.
नहीं होती यार Shaan की,
Correct,
जितनी होनी
yeah,
चाहिए.
yeah.
So very, very interestingly, this movie came right after. This was Salim Javed's next movie
Yeah.
with
Okay.
Ramesh Sippy
Yeah,
right
Ramesh
after
Sippy,
Sholay, right?
yes.
And very famously, Javed Akhtar, before the release of this film, had told them, "Ke guys, Sholay के बाद that's become a cult." Okay, तो उसका तो we can't live up to that hype.
Right.
So now we would suggest, Javed Akhtar said, at least I would suggest, let's do a smaller rom-com kind of movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which might be like a different genre, so it's not compared immediately to Sholay. Because again, how do we reach that again? But Ramesh Sippy was like, no, I want to do an actioner only, I want to do an actioner. So then we're like, okay, fine, we'll write another script for you, we'll give it 100%. But this is our belief, कि नहीं होने वाला है. This movie flopped.
Yeah.
It did not do
It
well.
did not do well. Yeah.
Yeah.
It famously was a bomb
Sad,
at the box
dude.
office.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
exactly.
liked it more than I liked Sholay.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Wow, really? Both of you?
It's very fun.
It is. It's fun, yes.
Sholay also is like, so it goes, that's a western, right?
Yeah.
This is a film noir.
Yeah.
This is out crime noir, film noir
Yeah.
kind of.
No, not exactly. It's a. So here's the thing. When
Yeah.
I had seen, this is the first time I saw the film from start to finish. I had seen the Shakaal scenes because Shakaal has been parodied
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
Shakaal himself is an inspiration from a Bond villain called Blomfeld.
Yeah, okay.
So I thought it's going to be like a copy or a inspiration from a Bond film. But if you watch the film, it has a Bond villain. It does not have a Bond, right? It
Yeah,
has like
correct.
an ensemble of heroes
Yeah.
going after
There are
him.
bonds.
There are bonds.
Too many bonds.
Bonds and Bondinis
Yeah.
in it in the
Yeah.
film, but so I thought it's a action adventure
Yeah.
sort of a film, but yeah, right. And it is very obsessed with technology and machinery because the whole Shakal's whole thing is unlike Gabbar,
Yeah.
who went out and did things himself, cutting hands and killing people.
Yeah.
Shakal just not shits, or he does. I
Yeah, he
don't know
makes
what-
other people shit their pants, dude, basically.
He sits and just does things
Yeah.
by pressing buttons, right?
Yeah,
That
correct.
was my take on it.
Like he always wanted to get back to the chair. He's like, quickly, everything is going awry. I gotta get back to the chair.
Dude, R.I.P. Mr. Shakal, you would have saved Tarapur wala aquarium.
Single-handedly, dude.
I'm just
Yeah, yeah,
saying,
yeah.
dude, what is this concept?
An evil environmentalist, basically.
Yeah, and I was just so amazed कि यार इसका writers room कैसे दिख रहा होगा? वो लोगों ने दूसरी writers room भी सोचते हैं plot structure.
Yeah.
No, scrap all that first. 55 ways in which you can creatively kill people. शार्क मगरमच्छ खाएगा, शार्क खाएगा तुम्हारी। अगर हम एक गाड़ी में मैडम को डाल देंगे जिसके ब्रेक फेल कर दे, ओह क्या मजा आएगा। यहाँ पे घाट है, यहाँ पे गाड़ी है, यहाँ पे रोलर सोमरसॉल्ट करती हुई नीचे जा रही है और आग के बबूले में आके वैनिश हो रही है। वाओ,
Great.
brilliant.
Absolutely.
I was completely on board
And
with
then he
everything.
hires a hitman who misses all the time.
Yeah.
Till you realize, oh, he meant to do that.
He was
Thank
on
God. I
purpose.
felt bad for him for a while.
Because you look at Shatrugan Sinha and you don't think he's a hitman. You think ये मेरे पापा का दोस्त है। इससे ये उम्मीद
Dude,
नहीं है।
वो मेरे पापा का दोस्त है। I'm not even kidding. Dude, I have been to Shatrugan Sinha's house
ये कौन सी
multiple times.
गवर्नमेंट जॉब है जिसमें तुमको साथ में शशि कपूर के सामने
Antariksh,
फ्लैट।
you were Shashi Kapoor's neighbor. You've been to
Yeah.
our Shatrugan Sinha's house.
Yeah,
How come-
Sonakshi Sinha has come to my house and played with my brothers like toys.
I don't know
and
if
shit.
people heard that, but it was a gasp from our producer
Yeah.
that you went. That
Yeah.
Sonakshi Sinha has been
Yeah.
to your house,
Yeah.
and you're here
Wait,
doing a
not
podcast.
anymore, guys. Not happening anymore.
How
I
come you're
have
not?
been friends with the wrong podcaster all this while. What the
How
hell?
come
Yeah.
you're not in the movies?
I try to be, man. I've done my acting courses
Sure,
and
yeah.
You see
I've done
that-
ad
you see
work
that
and all.
hair? You see that shirt?
That's true.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
hey,
strong.
no personal
Yeah.
attacks,
Sorry.
Urjita,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
Sorry.
I'm
That's
cosplaying
right.
Shakaal,
Yeah.
guys. That's what I'm doing here.
Hey, man, Abbas has been in movies.
That's
I have some chance. कुछ तो होगा मेरा 1%, 2%.
Movie one.
अगर
One
आप
singular.
अब्बास भाई अगर आप घूमर कर
Yeah.
सकते हो, हम एक एक मरमर तो कर ही सकते हैं।
Yeah, I'm dying. I want to see her. I'm happy to murmur, dude, in the movie.
But okay, let's
Trivia,
move on
yes.
to our quiz.
Now that we have
Which cricketer was mentioned in this movie? Yes.
Oh, I remember.
Wait.
Oh, you wanna? Oh, you.
Guessed.
Oh,
So go ahead.
Sunil Gavaskar.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Correct. Very
yeah.
correct. Okay. Second question. There is a visual sexual reference in the first 15 minutes of the
this you
film.
did in Burfi also. What is this? What are you looking out for in a movie? But
Arre, it is right there. There's a visual sexual
Visual.
reference in this movie.
in the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Not the movie or the how the movie starts, not the starting credits.
No.
Is it when Sunil Dutt comes back to Rakhi after arresting the villain?
तो उसमें sexual reference
नहीं,
क्या
तो
है?
मैं I'm trying to figure out what's
Sunil Dutt and Rakhi have a child. Sexual reference.
the ultimate sexual reference.
No.
Am I wrong?
No, it must be something between Amitabh and Shashi.
Yeah.
Amitabh and
Oh,
Shashi
when
Kapoor.
he's tadoing the गाड़ी and
नहीं वो तो है ही.
great
Same
scene, by the
scene,
way.
same
Great
scene,
framing.
but it's not that. It is a
It's not
very
that.
specific thing. It's a visual thing. You look at it and you go, oh, okay, nice, I get it. It's something
I
to do
can't
with the
remember.
clothes.
Her clothes.
No, clothes of Amitabh and Shashi Kapoor.
Okay.
Give up.
Give up very
Yeah.
easily. Give up.
I
Okay,
can't even
Amitabh's
think.
clothes.
Oh.
It's
his
right
shirt
there.
button is open, one extra button.
No, it's right there. There is a tag of 69.
Oh,
Yes.
what? I did not notice this, dude.
I googled और 69 करके कोई brand हुआ करता था क्या? No, it's just there.
Dude, yeah, best. I was thinking that fashion absolutely is cyclical because,
Yeah.
dude, the clothes in this movie look pretty fucking
Yeah, but-
fashionable.
Third question. What is the one common element between these two movies? Shaan and Chachi 420.
Oh, is it the actor? Is it an actor?
I won't say. Just
Okay, is
give
it
me
the actor
answer.
who plays? I don't know the.
Is it just one thing or multiple things?
One thing.
Is it the
Similar
actor who
between-
plays? I don't know the actor's name, but he plays Kareena Kapoor's father in Bajrangi Bhaijaan. That actor is in this movie also.
I
He's
don't
one of
know.
the henchmen. I don't know.
What
Is he?
character does he play in this movie?
He plays one of his henchmen, like who's like the bulky guy.
Is it
No,
Sharat
no, no,
Saxena
Mustache guy,
from
huh?
Badshah?
Sharat Saxena, that's a Sharat
No.
Saxena. That's what that one.
I'm
was.
so,
मैं तो
how
हूँ
could you
पागल.
not get it? I thought when you said actor,
Chachi
you...
420 and Shaan.
There's a
Yeah.
bald guy.
Kulbhushan Kharbanda?
No.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker is in Chachi 420?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Johnny Walker is the guy, no? जिसके साथ वो बेवड़ा जो उसका पति बनने वाला होता है. That is Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker wasn't alive during
Yeah,
Chachi 420.
that
Are
is
you
Johnny
sure?
Walker, Baba.
Wait,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need to check this. Can you check Chachi 420's cast? Is Johnny
It
Walker?
is Johnny
alive?
Walker, guys.
She won't make this up, Abbas.
Yeah.
I'm
What
not,
is this?
I'm
You're
not
making
denying
me-
it.
You are
Trust
just...
your co-host, man.
Dude, you're making... Yeah, I'm right, yeah. What the hell?
Okay, I stand
Oh,
corrected.
Yeah.
Johnny
Leave
Walker-
this in.
वो इतने confident
Yeah.
बोला मैं भी check कर रही हूँ
Yeah,
वापस
yeah.
नहीं यार कहाँ है यार वो
Yeah. But like I get it, man. Like the need to always be correct because you know some asshole in the comment like, oh, by the
Yeah.
way,
Yeah, no,
you know,
of course.
तुम
Yeah.
लोग को
okay,
मैं-
not asshole. You guys are
also
very
like-
nice people.
Also, like the funny thing is that his iconic dialogue in Chachi 420 was कि मैंने आपको जबान दी, आप ये मेरी बीवी आपकी है, ये लो दी. And even in this movie, that is one of the very nice dialogues that he has कि अरे एक बार जबान दो फिर हम लोग हैं, आप जबान दो. He's obsessed with जबान.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
एक
dude.
एक तो वो है. And now last question.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've only got one right so far. The Sunil
Yeah.
Dutt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last question. Which other actress of that time does Bindiya Goswami remind you of?
Oh yes, Hema Malini.
No.
No,
No.
she was cast in this because she looked similar to Hema Malini. That was one of
Really?
my
Yeah.
trivia. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
But then she doesn't.
Well, that was what
Oh,
the
okay.
reason was.
This other
Who
and
else?
मैंने देखा भी online also I checked because I also confused her for someone else and apparently there have been cases where she was confused.
Did we
for
discuss this on the Kohli episode as well?
I can't think
Could
of
have been. I'm just saying we have discussed this other actress at one point in some other movie.
Vidya Goswami.
Sharmila.
I will give you
No.
a hint.
Okay.
Videocon D2H.
Shah Rukh Khan.
ये कैसा hint था?
Videocon, just
Videocon.
Videocon. This actress is not a big thing right now, but she keeps showing up in small roles in movies and all other movies, and she was a big thing in daily soaps
But you
She's a
said
big
actress
thing
of
in
that
daily-
time, right?
of that time, but बूढ़ी तो हुई ना.
I can't think of
I
anyone.
can't think of anyone, dude.
We suck at this.
Yeah. Sorry. We apologize.
Shoma Anand.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
you're right.
hairstyle and everything, and also the voice slightly.
I'm terrible with names, guys. I don't know
Shomanand was
Shomanand.
Hum Panch, the mother in Hum Panch.
Oh, got it.
Yes.
And Videocon
Oh,
is
got it,
basically
got
Hangama.
Oh yeah.
Oh, got
Jitu
it.
from video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Sorry.
Video
Yeah.
gone.
That was a very weird hint. I thought
but
that
fair,
Hangama itna meme
Yeah,
hai,
yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
fair.
समझ आ जाएगा.
No, I just thought of match on the Videocon. Shah Rukh
अच्छा,
said,
okay.
yeah.
I should have just said Jeetu Videocon.
Okay.
But yeah.
Antariksh, you want to take a dig at explaining the plot of this film in like a minute, under a minute?
Under a minute.
yes.
Let's try.
There's a
Take it.
lot of plot.
So the first half of the movie is a rom-com. Second half, about literally an hour into the movie,
First half is a
when-
rom-com slash heist movie.
Yeah, slash
Yeah.
rom-com slash heist
Yeah.
movie. Yeah. And the second half exactly is the crime
Yeah,
noir
yeah,
whatever
yeah,
aspect
yeah,
that we
yeah.
discussed earlier with the Shakaal and all.
Yeah.
The first half is about this police officer who has these two criminal brothers.
It's like a cold open.
Yeah,
Where
yeah.
Yeah.
Sunil Dutt, who, as I was thinking about this, we all were cribbing about that in Jawan they gave away the special appearance by
Yeah.
saying thank you Sanjay Dutt.
Sanjay Dutt.
And then he turns up as a cop.
Yeah.
And in this also there was, I think he wasn't
Yeah.
mentioned in the promotions at all.
Yeah, you're right.
And then
He
it
shows
says
up.
special appearance by Sunil Dutt. The opening credits, by the way, also straight out of a Bond film where it's a
Okay, yeah,
woman dancing and
Yeah.
her the credits are projected on her
Yeah.
midriff.
Yeah, Usha Uttup's
Usha Uthup
yeah.
singing. Another interesting connection I found out. So the villain in the opening scene, who's taken hostages, is called Durjan, and his
Karna
wife.
Thakur
Sure,
Durjan
Karna
Singh, yes,
Sure,
dude, correct.
And
That's what
Rakhi
it
is Sunil
Yeah.
Dutt's
Yeah.
Sunil Dutt's wife.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Durjan in this, Thakur in Sholay.
Sholay.
ठाकुर दुर्जन दोनों combine करके करण अर्जुन बन गए.
Oh.
So
lot of
the
it,
opening, they do this whole thing. Sunil Dutt is the upright, honest cop.
Yeah, correct.
And he has these two brothers played by Shashi Kapoor and
Amitabh
Amitabh
Bachchan.
called Amitabh, of course. It's
Ravi
called
and Vijay.
Ravi and Vijay.
Yeah.
How did you find their chemistry, Shashi Kapoor and Amitabh?
Excellent.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Again, so I remember the last episode I was on with you guys was Main Khiladi Tu Nadi talked about.
Yeah.
And in that also, you guys, I remember, didn't really enjoy the movie as much as me. But you guys agreed that the chemistry between the two leads was very good.
Yeah,
I think here also, the chemistry between the two leads is excellent. Again, these are my favorite movies, guys. Buddy cops, like these buddy crime ones and whatever.
Yeah.
Their opening, they are introduced sitting in a car.
Yeah.
They look like they are buddies. They're like
Yeah.
cool
And
chums.
the panning.
Yeah.
Like from behind.
Yeah.
Wo stylistic. The two.
Oh, you remember the name of the hotel?
No, I don't.
They're
I
outside?
read it and I thought
Yeah.
it's a familiar name, but right
Yeah.
now it's not crossing
It's
my
a
mind.
Pali Hotel.
Pali Hotel.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. It's a pretty decent Bombay film also because,
Yeah.
of course, in the
Yeah.
Abdul song, it's a terrible green screen, but they show all of Bombay.
Yeah, correct.
And even in later parts of the film, it's genuinely shot in Bombay. So when we were doing the Coolie episode, we realized that much of that film was actually shot in Bangalore. You know why?
Okay, why?
Because the train stations in Bombay were too crowded to shoot.
Oh wow, dude.
So, yeah.
Now they can't shoot in Bangalore also now. Yes, it's too
Bombay
late.
has always been crowded.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true.
Just
Yeah,
Never things never get better. Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah.
Sorry, where were we?
So the plot.
Shashi Kapoor and Amitabh Bachchan.
Shashi Kapoor.
You think Shashi Kapoor should have done more like... So this film has a lot of swag, okay? Like that's
Absolutely.
the one thing I'm like,
Correct. Yeah.
it passes the vibe check.
Yeah.
You think Shashi Kapoor should have done more mainstream Hindi potboiler films? That's the one thing I thought
I think.
when I saw this film.
Yeah, absolutely. So also what was gonna happen, right? They were afraid, especially so right now at this point when this movie happened, Amitabh Bachchan's star was already there.
Yeah.
Okay, this was like after Dawn, I think also.
Sholay.
After
Dawn, Sholay,
yeah.
all his Diwar.
Correct. So this was there. So they were afraid. Okay, when we are casting, the guy who's co-acting with Amitabh, his co-actor, should not feel threatened. कि यार वो उसका थोड़ा bigger part है, because Amitabh gets like a few cooler things to do in the movie
in the
than Shashi
movie
does.
also he gets more cooler things.
Yeah, more
a
cooler
few
things to do.
cooler
Like he gets like acting, like when he's like when they're introduced, they're about to do a heist with this restaurant manager, the hotel manager, and he goes into that he gets a little more
himself
acting
gets-
thing more to do.
Even the Mara-Mari sequences.
Yeah, exactly. So he gets a little more to do. But that's not to take away from Shashi Kapoor's performance. I think Shashi Kapoor did a very nice job also. Complimented it very well. They played off each other very well. To answer, yeah, I guess he should have done more of these roles.
Shashi
There's nothing
Kapoor
wrong in
is
that.
so charming.
Yeah, he's so charming.
I have seen his video edits so many times.
Right.
You know those love
The interview
edits.
ones.
Yeah. No video, both interview ones also, but also like the romantic edits
Yeah.
that girls make for lovely boys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So usme, but in this movie, like I saw within 5 seconds how he charmed me.
Right.
कि वो remember वो scene, वो introduction of बिंदिया गोस्वामी,
Yeah.
जब भी वो बिंदिया गोस्वामी को ऐसे बोलता है कि हम आपके हमदर्द है, हम आपके दोस्त हैं. And I was like, consider me हमदर्द. Consider me हमदर्द, because guys, yo something is happening. Yo,
Yeah.
just so charming.
So
His
charming.
eyes, man, his eyes. So charming. I
Absolutely.
couldn't take my eyes off of him, and I really wished he had like a
Yeah.
more screen space.
I also loved that scene, the one you mentioned, where the car stops. The framing, because is beautifully done.
Yeah.
Some of the frames in this movie, I have to shout out to the cinematographer. They have aged so well. Like they, even today's movies aren't able to replicate that or do justice to those scenes. Like for instance,
go ahead.
for instance, the car pulls up.
Yeah.
Okay, it's perfectly framed in between Amitabh's character and Shashi's character on one side. Where on one side, when you look at it, it's the car in between. The other side is the woman in between.
Yeah.
So Shashi's talking about the woman, Amitabh's talking about the car, and it's perfectly framed. I just kept thinking of that, like how well is this thought out, man? It was very cool.
Even
Very
the scene where Shatrugan Sinha is about to shoot Sunil Dutt in the Mela,
Yeah.
I thought that scene is very well done. Like the
yeah.
editing, the
Absolutely.
lighting
Correct.
on Shatrugan
Yeah.
Sinha's face.
And
all
that
good.
too वो रात में किया था.
Exactly,
Yeah.
yes.
Sunlight में फिर भी करना इतना मुश्किल नहीं है, but
Yeah.
dude रात में करना, that was also
Yeah.
amazing.
Agreed.
Really good.
So yeah, a lot of things are worth talking about. So how do you?
I thought Shashi and Amitabh, of course, work in this. They also, I mean, the more popular pairing is in Namak Halal, which came later, which has the whole
or Diwar, I guess, right?
or Diwar also.
Yeah.
So I love them in this, but I kept comparing them to Jay or Veeru from Sholay. And my thing was that maybe because that friendship is cemented so much in pop
Yeah,
culture through the
fair,
years,
fair.
that is used as a example for every cinematic friendship, that I was like, they are good, but they are not as good as Jay and Veeru.
But this is brotherhood.
And also like Jay and Veeru, they have like contrasting personalities.
Right.
But over here you can see like same genre of people. वो दोनों same
Correct,
genre of
yeah,
people
yeah,
है,
yeah.
but still different in their
Slightly
own way.
different in the sense that
And-
he's tadoing the car and he's
Yeah,
tadoing the
Yeah.
woman.
but
so
also
that-
like they again, this thing is not a personality trait,
Right.
because you see in the later half of the movie when Amitabh Bachchan is waiting for Parveen Babi and that other woman comes, he is also like talking to her nicely, he's flirting with
Yeah,
her.
correct.
I felt that it was very off character for Amitabh to
Yeah.
do that, because I thought Shashi Kapoor ने तो ये किया था ना, and Amitabh was more focused on the car. So why is
Right,
like he
correct.
showing?
Yeah, yeah.
The first half of the movie basically is them collecting their co-heisters or whatever, the gang,
Collecting
their
the
Ocean's
Avengers.
11.
Yeah.
Ocean's
Yeah,
11.
yeah, Ocean's
Yeah.
11.
They're basically collecting, right? Like everyone they meet is basically
Going to play a
yeah,
role.
he's a con man only.
Haan,
Yeah.
correct.
But then the women, they don't really have much of a role after
That's-
I mean,
that.
they don't.
Yeah.
I thought that
That's
that's
true.
one of the things that Parveen Babi is established as this very, quick-handed thief. I thought
Yeah.
maybe that will come in handy
Yeah.
towards
Maybe,
the
yeah,
end, but then
sure.
it's totally let go of.
Yeah.
So here's my basic sort of drawback with the film.
Yeah.
I think unlike Sholay, this film, despite having such a great star cast, Shatrugan Sinha, Amitabh, Shashi Kapoor, even Sunil Dutt, neither of them gets like a moment to shine. Like they
Shatrughan
maybe
and-
Amitabh does a little bit,
Okay,
but
yeah.
Shatrugan Sinha and Shashi Kapoor
I
don't
you're
get their moment.
kind of right.
Yeah.
Whereas in Sholay,
Yeah.
both Dharmendra gets a lot of scenes to himself where he
Yeah,
gets to show
correct.
off his acting chops.
Yeah,
So does Amitabh.
Yeah.
Hema Malini gets to play Basanti also, right?
Yeah.
And even the villain, I thought, even though Shakaal is set up as this, I love his entry scene. That's one of the other things. His entries an hour into the film.
Yeah,
So you don't
correct.
even introduce
Really,
the
an
villain
hour into the film.
till 1 hour into the
Today,
film.
this kind of editing can't fly today at all. You have to get to the plot faster.
Yeah.
The love story will be cut short so much because they have to adjust for Shakal.
You mean like Jawan? They
Exactly,
meet
right.
and they're married.
Yeah. Shakal and that Jawan character can be the same. Like one of the highest that he pulls. Let's talk about Shakal, dude.
Sure, let's talk about Shakaal. Entry scene, Shakaal.
Yeah, great.
He's built up
man.
amazingly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
built up amazingly.
Tell us what you thought.
He's built up amazingly.
Kulbhushan Kharbanda. Like
Who-
I don't know why.
You have never assumed, connected this kind of a role with Kulbhushan Kharbanda for the
Yeah.
rest of his career ever.
Yeah.
First of all, like
Just this
Kulbhushan
once.
Kharbanda started as Shakaal and then he entered the stand-up comedy scene as Puneet Pania. it's crazy.
Please show a photo of Puneet and
It is
Kulbhushan Kharbanda
crazy.
right next to each
What
other.
is this range, man? And then again, go back to playing that uncle in Mirzapur.
Excellent.
What?
Excellent. Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck, now I can't unsee it.
Yeah, that's true. That's you're absolutely right. So he's introduced as this 1 hour into the film.
Yeah.
You see that there are these 4 men dressed in white. Okay, like all faces that you have since seen
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
can I
various different movies.
Mention their names. So
Yeah.
Dalip Tahil,
Dalip Tahil.
who's
Yeah.
having a resurgence right now.
Yeah.
Sujit Kumar, Manik Irani, Goga Kapoor, who we also mentioned in our Kuli episode. He's
Yeah.
one of the iconic 70s, 80s villains.
Yeah.
Sharat Saxena, who's still very active. He was great in Sherni.
Yeah.
Sudhir Pandey. So all his henchmen then
Or
go on to
who
be
become like
great,
these
iconic
legendary
villains.
character actors.
Yeah. Macmohan.
Macmohan.
How can we
Yeah,
forget
his
him?
name is Macmohan. No,
Macmohan,
Jagmohan.
yeah.
Sorry, Jagmohan in the movie.
In the movie Jagmohan,
No,
in
Jagmohan.
life, he has a
Macmohan.
more villainous real name than
Yeah,
the
that's
screen
true.
name.
That's true. Yeah, because they watered him down. Like, sir,
Yeah.
sir, मुझे मत मारिए, sir. That's what he
From
Yeah.
pure 50,000 to like actually
Correct.
having a meaty
Yeah.
role in this.
Exactly.
one. Yeah.
No, actually having 50,000 as fee.
So they enter. These 4 guys dressed in white. Okay,
Yes.
they enter his lair. They seemingly are scared.
Yeah.
Okay, how do we break this news to him because Shakal khush nahi honge and all that, right? So they enter and Shakal is like turns around and wheels around in his chair like a Bond villain again.
Yeah.
He is sitting in like this elaborate room.
Yeah.
Uh,
What's happening in the
Yeah,
background?
behind is very well. The second he turns around,
Yeah.
so there's an aquarium around him basically.
course.
He's in like
To put it mildly.
to put it mildly, it's like a huge aquarium.
Yeah.
And the second he turns around, there's a shark's face also right
Yeah.
behind
Yeah,
him,
yeah.
like juxtaposed there, and it looks like there's a shark turning
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Shark Tank. And so he then says, "अरे ठीक है, I know what तुम मुझे बोलने आए हो. बैठो तो कम से कम. आओ चाय पीते हैं, मजा करते हैं."
Yeah.
And they sit like they all still very nervous because this is done bored well.
Yeah.
And they sit, and he gets out first a dummy to first intimidate them.
That's true.
And
yeah.
that
Okay.
too, it is his face only.
Yeah, that's true.
Why would you
That is
show
his face.
that? Like you're foreshadowing your own
That's
death.
Kulbhushan Kharbanda getting rid of Puneet Pania. Throws it to the Crocs.
Sorry, continue.
But that's such a cool thing. Like that's a whole different adventure we
Yeah,
don't know
that's
about.
true.
Where Shakal
Yeah.
was like, I need to have a duplicate.
Yeah, that's true.
body
Yeah, and
Like-
like,
thrown around.
dude, Kulbhushan.
How many dummies does he just keep around? you think?
I feel if Shakal was present today,
Yeah.
he would have been the biggest brand ambassador of dating apps. Ask why.
Why?
Because he knows that there are too many fish in the sea.
And he wants them all. Yeah, he would love them. Yeah, he would love dating.
Also, his dating game would be like swipe right, swipe left. Nahi, like go down
Yeah.
to the sharks
Yeah.
or get to walk.
Nice. और
So anyway,
फेरे
he gets
7 फेरे भी वो
Yeah.
चल के नहीं ले रहे, वो
Yeah.
दोनों कुर्सी पे बैठ के और वो बटन दबा के घुमाता है.
No, it goes quite fast. So wait. Right? So he basically gets the dummy out to intimidate them.
Yeah.
And basically, there's a mechanism in all these chairs that he's made them
Of
sit
course,
on,
yeah.
which basically throws the chair behind, and whoever sitting in the chair will then fall in a pool basically under them that is filled with the crocodile. That is a crocodile in it, which then proceeds to eat said person who just fell in the pool. Okay, and then after showing them this, he ties their hands to
Yes.
the chairs.
Yeah.
And then they start going in circles. And
Ties
it goes
them not
faster.
with ropes, but
Sorry,
again with
you're
a
right.
button.
Yeah,
Shackles.
correct.
Yeah.
Doesn't individually go. अबे रुक, तेरे को यहाँ पे बैठ के मैं तेरे को rope बैठा.
Yeah.
And then he starts. So then now the tension is building. That's very well done. This entire scene is very well done. I imagine they made this set, right? They would have had
Yeah.
to.
They did.
construct something
So
like
they
this.
made it in Film City in Goregaon.
Oh, wow.
And it was a very expensive set.
Yeah.
The interiors were all a set. The exterior, they actually shot it in England. It's called a place called Steep Home.
The
which
massive
is
rock thingy.
The
Yeah,
island
the mountain,
is
the island.
Wow.
a place
Correct,
called
yeah.
Steep Home where they actually went to shoot.
Wow.
But
They-
yeah, the
Oh, here it's called Jazeera or something, no?
really.
It's called. It's a name for like his.
I think Jazeera in general,
does it
I think
mean?
in Urdu is
Lair.
called a lair or an island.
it's called,
I think
okay.
it's called.
Ah.
But yeah,
imagine the fish जो उसके एक्वेरियम में है उनको तो क्या लग रहा होगा ना कि लाइक एक दिन ऐसे आदमी गिर रहा है फिर दूसरे दिन चिकन आ रहा है इसलिए कि भाई चिकन ने क्या बिगाड़ा होगा सर का चिकन क्यों डाल रहा है ये अबे साले तेरा खाना है वो लौड़े रोज रोज पनिश नहीं करता लोगों को
I have so many questions about the intricacies of Shakaal's employment scheme. Like
Yeah,
when
correct.
people sign on, do they know this is what they're getting into?
correct.
And I have a confusion about that scene. So he says there's an informer among the four of you, and then one of them starts pleading. कि नहीं
Yeah.
मैं कभी ऐसा
नहीं sir, मैं नहीं कर. This is that guy from Bacha.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some Bacha people here.
Yeah,
Sarath
right. Yeah,
Saxena
Saxena,
also.
yeah, correct, yeah.
Is he actually the informer or does he get the wrong guy?
He says he does apologize, saying कि sorry, मैं ऐसा नहीं कर सकता. So I don't know what that means now. He's like
So what
just
I-
messaging.
To me,
in
it
that.
was like Shakaal didn't actually know who the informer is, but he was just banking on कि जब मैं इनको बांध के ऐसे करूंगा तो कोई ना कोई तो squeak करेगा, and the
Yeah,
guy who
yeah.
does is the informer.
Yeah.
Because then later on, one of them then again talks about informing.
that guy was
that
lying
was
there. That
planted
was
by
planted.
this guy, no?
By Shakaal.
अपना, yeah. And I'll tell you why, how
Yeah.
Shakaal, you are right,
Yeah,
Shakaal का
yeah,
वही
yeah.
plan था, because remember जैसे ही वो कुर्सी रुकती है, the first thing that he says is कि मेरा वो मकसद नहीं था करने का, which you can only say if you have actually done the
Yeah,
crime.
yeah,
So
right,
I think
right.
that is what, and then
Yeah.
you see like a slight twinkle
Yeah.
in his eye, so
Yeah.
you miss that.
Okay, at this point, we'll take a short break. When we come back, we have a lot more Shakaal and a lot more other things to talk about on this episode about Shaan. If you're watching us on YouTube, please press the like button and share the episode with whoever you think will enjoy it. Please subscribe to the channel. And if you're listening to us on an audio platform, please rate and review us on Spotify and various other apps where they allow you to rate us. So we'll be right back after this. Hello. It's been another great week on the IVM Podcast Network. Tune in to our brand new show called Smartphone Nation in association with Omidyar Network India. It's hosted by Nivedita Prakasam and Utsav Mamoria. Listen to them talk to internet users, CEOs, and investors in this documentary-style podcast about how the internet is changing the lives of the next 500 million Indians and how they are in turn changing the internet. On Milestones, Karthik is joined by Dr. Amit Gupta, Professor of Trauma Surgery and Critical Care at AIIMS, New Delhi. Karthik and Dr. Gupta converse about the gravity of road crash injuries, the significance of the golden hour, the complexities of coordinating emergency care, the challenges within India's emergency care system, and the reluctance of bystanders to help victims. On The Habit Coach, Ashton Doctor is joined by Sohini Rohra, counseling psychologist and Mrs. India Earth 2023. She speaks about the intricacies of healing from hurt and pain, further emphasizing the importance of processing emotions through open communication, journaling, and self-analysis. Folks, if you like our shows, please spread the word. Tell your friends and don't forget to rate and review them wherever you're listening to them. Follow us on social media. We are IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. You'll also find all our shows on youtube.com/IVM Podcasts. And finally, we would like to thank our sponsors this week: Omidyar Network India, SBI Life, IDFC First Bank, and Save Life Foundation. Thank you for making this possible. And we're back on Has It Aged Well. With me in the studio is Urjita and our guest Antariksh Takkar.
Hello.
Did you guys know that Ramesh Sippy actually wanted to replicate the cast of Sholay for this film. He wanted Dharmendra, he wanted Hema Malini, he wanted Sanjeev Kapoor.
Yeah, correct.
He wanted Sanjeev Kapoor to play Shakaal. Sanjeev Kumar, I'm sorry. Don't
comment.
Don't comment yet. He wanted Sanjeev Kumar to play Shakaal.
Yeah,
He wanted Dharmendra to be with Amitabh.
Yeah.
Dharmendra apparently walked out because of the reason, like you mentioned, where he felt that he didn't want to be overshadowed by another hero again.
Especially because both of them would have given Sholay as a
Right.
combined hit in
Yes.
a way, right? Yeah.
And Dharmendra and Hema Malini were together at that time, so there was some pact where if one doesn't work in the film, the other won't also.
What?
So when Dharmendra walked out, Hema Malini was still signed on and was going to play the Vindhya Goswami role.
Oh, wow.
So Ramesh Sippy asked her, like, are you okay with this? And she said, yeah, I'll do it. But he could see that she wasn't okay with it. So he's like, okay, you can walk out of the film if you want. And she did.
Hey, but Dharmendra still kept doing movies without her. So then,
I mean, it was the 70s, 80s. So, not the
It's
most...
the patriarchy.
I didn't say it. Antariksh did.
ठीक है anyway, but Vindhya
Yeah.
Goswami का रोल इतना भी बढ़िया नहीं था, तो ठीक है. She didn't lose out.
That's
on
what
much.
That's true
so,
also, yeah.
apparently, he reached out to many other heroines, and it literally on IMDb trivia says when none of them were available, he offered the film.
They
to
all said
Vindhya
the same
Goswami.
thing. They all said that. Not available. Not available.
I think
so
maybe
yeah.
फिर रोल थोड़ा और बड़ा होता for Hema Malini.
That's possibly
Possible.
true.
Would
Yeah.
have been
Also then the women's role not being enough is actually the writer's fault, not the director's fault. So call out Salim Javed.
But they,
I love how it started out as
That's
like
what-
women also being the con women. And
Yeah,
that
I
is
thought
how
that was- yeah,
realized
that's
that,
true.
oh, of course, this
You're
is
right.
Salim Javed movie.
That's true.
and Salim Javed also wrote Basanti, so it's not like they
That is
hadn't
true.
written.
You're right.
Actually, in when I think about it, even the Rakhi role, I mean, these are the writers who wrote the Ma of Diwar, right? Who like has the chips all the time.
Correct.
As compared to that, the Rakhi character in this is always not the damsel in distress, but the mother who's always
In distress,
captured
yeah,
or
correct,
being
yeah.
assassinated and
Yeah,
stuff.
and
like
you
that.
think she
Or
would
someone just leaves her child.
Yeah.
Yeah, and runs away like, oh, मैं घबरा के पुलिस के
And-
gun
but
shoot
that's
shoot
the
के.
thing. In the first half, you think that these women have something to do because even in the
Right.
first half, you see कि वो राखी को देख के डर जाते हैं नहीं भाभी
Yeah.
के सामने.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
think that maybe she has some maternal power or something
correct. Sure.
going on over there, but no, it doesn't really.
Nothing amounts to
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Also, in the end, I thought that maybe she and Shatrugan Sinha would end up married.
That's
So
okay.
did I.
That's the alternate ending I wanted to
Okay.
talk about at the end.
Okay, I have a
But then,
trivia
yeah.
about that which I'll mention when,
Okay,
when we
cool.
come to that.
Take it, come to
But
that, yeah.
speaking of the heroines, you want to talk about the introduction song of
Parveen Babi.
Yeah.
Dude, so the song has aged beautifully, right? Pyar karne, great song. But the choreography of the song has aged terribly, dude.
Why?
Dude, she's just hopping around the entire song and just pyar kar. That's the entire song.
But
There are so many dances you have to do one step.
she still managed to look beautiful while
See,
doing
absolutely
that.
gorgeous,
Would we
but
look
choreography.
beautiful while doing something like that?
No.
Not
Yeah.
even for 5 seconds.
Yeah, correct.
So, but yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
But it was terribly, and none of the songs had great choreography. Even Yamma Yamma, which is essentially the dance song in the movie.
So
doesn't
Yamma
have
Yamma
great
is
choreography.
essentially Mehbooba from
Yeah,
Sholay,
yeah,
like,
absolutely
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Redo
It's,
that
it's
again.
exactly that.
Yeah.
They are doing it at the villain's
Yes.
lair just before. And how they even came there is not exactly explained. How
Yeah,
that song
is-
started and how that
Also-
that he knew the entire time that it's them also. So, that whole
And
thing.
also similar to Mujhko Rana Ji
Maaf,
Maaf Kar.
that's true.
Same
Again,
setting,
yeah,
same
that's true, that's
setting.
true again,
Also,
yeah.
when the song ends, Shakaal says कि
But
मैंने
Java
तुम
Khan,
लोगों की बहुत तारीफ सुनी थी. I'm like, when?
Yeah.
When did they become a dance troupe? Became viral also.
Yeah, correct. That's true. You're right.
But
yeah.
the music.
Dance India dance मुझे
अब
सुनहरी टोपी मिली थी
yes.
मेरे हाथ में दे दो मुझे जरूरत है if you know what I mean
The music has aged very well, as in these songs are still the staple of
Yeah.
radio. Yamma Yamma, the Shaan se
Shaan se.
the title
Doston
song.
se प्यार
जानू
किया.
मेरी
दोस्तों से
जान
प्यार किया, जानू
Yeah.
मेरी जान,
This प्यार करने वाले, हाँ.
प्यार करने वाले, so many of them.
Then there are two which haven't aged well. At
I want to
all.
talk about one of them, which is
Yes.
Naam Abdul hai mera,
Yeah.
which is Abdul's
Yeah,
introductory
because
song.
the other one we can't touch because that's a holy song.
Which is that one?
That's the religious song, no?
Oh,
Where they're dressed as
both
babas
playing
and all.
Babas, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
they're playing Dhongi Babas.
What's Dhongi Baba?
Dhongi Baba is a con
Yeah, con man. Yeah. But that's a Baba. Like in today's day, though, you don't know what will happen to that scene. Yeah.
but then why is Abdul's song not aged well
So I mean, because
Are you like egging us on.
I'm genuinely
I mean,
asking.
my complaint for most of the thing is terrible green screen.
Okay.
Horrible
That
green
he's I think they shot it on green screen because they couldn't figure out. So Abdul doesn't have legs in the
Yeah,
movie, right? So they
yeah.
couldn't figure out how to the height at which they could shoot him, where they
Fair.
could show the city also
Yeah.
and then also him.
So, but
But there's one scene which you've taken a screenshot of.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us about?
Yeah,
that?
so basically, the entire song is in two places. One is on the roads of Bombay, where he's catching the back of, say, taxis or like
Yeah.
a bike or something, and then he's being rolled forward in the city. Or it's green screen, and it looks like the taxi behind him is going to run him over like any second. Like the bus aa rahi hai, which is going to run him over, everything, right? And there are multiple points where basically this song didn't have to be in the movie. Dude.
That's what I was
It's
coming
an
to. I mean,
informant song.
Abdul isn't
That is
that
true.
major a character.
Yeah, he's not that
Because
important.
again, if you think of Sholay, even the smaller characters have become iconic. The jailer,
Yeah.
the Surma Bhopali,
Yeah.
and small characters. As
Yeah.
compared to that, Abdul just has a few scenes where he's telling them the information,
Exactly.
and then he dies.
Yeah.
So
And that
yeah.
also also he dies in a weird way, man. Because very often when someone jumps into water, you assume,
They-
"Arey, bach
they're
gaya, bach gaya,
alive,
bach
yeah,
gaya."
they'll
But उसके
survive.
अगले scene में मर गया, man. That was weird. But anyway, yeah. So didn't have to be in the movie. I actually think that they had to keep this because they see. Either the director thought, अरे क्या मैंने song बनाया है, इसका cinematography तो अरे लोग पागल हो जाएंगे. That's why he kept it in the movie. Or there was this another point in the movie where it seemed like a song is gonna happen but doesn't happen. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Just before the second time, Shatrugan Sinha tries to assassinate him at the party
Mela.
at the home. Yeah.
Acha, at home,
At the
हाँ,
party
हाँ.
at the home
Right,
at his house.
right.
It seems like they're gonna get into a song.
Right.
They're like dressed up for that. They're like baza waza happening and all. It seems like
Yeah.
that, but it's suddenly cut by a gunshot. So I think they had to cut a song there to be able to accommodate this crappy, like it's a bad song, the Abdul song. के नाम अब्दुल है मेरा सबकी
Just like to
खबर
mention
रखता हूँ. It's
So sung by
crazy.
Mohammed Rafi, and it was one of the last Rafi songs.
Oh, was
when,
it?
When the film starts,
Damn,
also,
dude,
it
I
says-
love Rafi, man. You should have told me this
It says
before.
dedicated to the late Mohammed Rafi.
Oh,
so
that is
Damn,
why they
dude.
had to keep it.
that might also be the case.
maybe
Yeah.
The other thing is
why.
introducing Mazhar Khan, right? So I mean
Oh.
that was a whole thing back then when you
But
introduce an actor.
इतना तो कुछ खास introduction नहीं था तुम्हारा यार.
Sorry, Mazhar, we love you.
but that is true कि even वो जो बाजा वाजा बजाने आते हैं शोमा आनंद
हाँ.
और परवीन शोना से sorry बिंदिया गोस्वामी एंड परवीन
Different
बाबी
actors,
या बिंदिया गोस्वामी परवीन बाबी आई थॉट कि अच्छा ठीक है अभी इनका अच्छा सीक्वेंस होगा घर के अंदर जिसमें वो
हाँ.
इंट्रोड्यूस करेंगे कि अरे
Yeah.
बाबी ये देखो या आपकी छोटी समथिंग लाइक
Yeah.
दैट बट नो
दीदी
नथिंग
तेरा, yeah,
या
yeah,
दीदी
yeah,
तेरा
yeah,
या
yeah, yeah, yeah.
नहीं nothing like
nothing
that
happened.
happened
But
happened.
talking about actresses getting confused, I always used to get confused between Parveen Babi and Zeenat Aman when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I
Really?
couldn't tell one from the other.
She had also mentioned, Zeenat Aman ji had
Yeah,
also
yeah,
mentioned
yeah,
this on
yeah.
one
Yeah.
of her Instagram
Yeah.
posts that we would often get confused for
Yeah.
each other. But it was a thing of that time also.
I think they're both femme fatales of that time, and I think Parveen Babi
I
is
have
really
a
good
difficult
at that.
time telling apart a lot of actresses during that time. It's very sexist of me, I know. And but kya karu? I just have like a face blindness maybe. I don't know.
Like, give me an example. Rekha and Hema.
Like I don't even know half. You tell me what.
Rekha and Hema Malini.
Yeah, I'm just
You
Wow.
tell me to recognize Sharmila Tagore in like a
Huh.
lineup. I won't be able to like that.
Okay.
You know.
Unless
I
they
think
have
it
to-
has got something to do with the body standards
Styling.
that
Styling also.
Styling, everyone looks the same
yeah.
during that time. That's
Styling
exactly
and also
it, yeah.
like the even today,
Yeah.
like now because we know the actresses, that's why we feel कि सब अलग दिखते हैं. But no, if you think about it, we any lay person would not be able to differentiate from Kiara Advani, Ananya Pandey.
Shraddha Kapoor.
They look
all that,
Shraddha
yeah,
Kapoor
correct,
very
yeah,
similar. They all look. Only Deepika Padukone, Priyanka Chopra, these guys have distinct features.
yeah, right.
You
And
know
they
what
are
I mean?
slightly from half a generation before the new
That's
girls.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's also
yeah,
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for both of you. You both said you found this film better than Sholay. Make your case why, because I did not.
So again, like for me, firstly, I saw it before
keeping
Sholay, right?
nostalgia
yeah,
aside.
So that way, yeah. Both of them have a strong protagonist, sure. But I feel like some stylistic choices in this movie are very well done. Like for instance, there's a scene where right after the both of them have been conned about with the car scene, they've been conned by the car. The very next shot is them. They show up in jail. Like the cop arrests them, they show up in jail. Okay, and it starts off. Firstly, the BGM is great. But again, Sholay ka BGM is also very good. The BGM is great. The shot in the jail opens up with them tapping their feet. Okay, and then the camera pans to them. and both of them have their heads down. It's just some of these stylistic choices are so well. I loved it. This maybe I watched it. I saw this movie again yesterday because I knew I was going to be talking about it.
Yeah.
Maybe I watched it through the lens of I have to talk about it and I
Sure.
love this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah, yeah.
So maybe I noticed these things. That's why.
Yeah.
But some of these things like really worked for me a lot
The
more.
shoe panning to other hero was very common in
Yeah.
70s because Amitabh was so damn tall
You're
that
right.
you could
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
actually build up the tension
That's
to
true.
that. Yeah.
So that was pretty. Those things were pretty cool for me. Anything that you would like to add?
But I just realized I would like to take back my opinion. Now that like we have discussed the movie, I realized कि अच्छा okay, मतलब छोटे छोटे characters को इतना importance नहीं है, and there aren't any standouts. So dialogue wise, I had a few dialogues जो मुझे बहुत पसंद आए थे. जॉनी वॉकर जी के dialogues तो सारे ही बढ़िया है.
Yeah.
बट ये एक डायलॉग जो मजहर का है वो भी बहुत ही बढ़िया था. अब्दुल का
हाँ,
बहुत ही बढ़िया था कि लाइक ही टीचेस यू हाउ टू आस्क फॉर
Yeah.
मोर मनी.
Yeah.
कि वो थोड़ा पैसे देता है अमिताभ. एंड देन अमिताभ इज लाइक क्या सोच रहा है? सोच रहा हूँ जेब में ही अकेला किससे बात करेगा.
Yeah, because the context is that he's talking about a phone. The मुहावरा he gives before इसके वो
Yeah,
phone को
yeah.
देखो.
Yeah.
इसको ये तो पड़ा रहेगा पर बात तो तभी कर पाओगे जब बोलेगा तो तभी कि जब आप पैसे
Yeah.
डालोगे उसके ऊपर.
Too good.
Yeah,
So
great.
dialogues I really liked.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the first half is much stronger than the second
I
half.
agree.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I couldn't wait for the second half to actually.
Man, so that's
show
the
up.
thing, right? Shakal's entry is very badass. But after that, I don't really think Shakal does much. It just cuts back to him in his lair when
Yeah,
he's
that's
punishing his
fair.
henchmen.
Yeah.
And my major grouse with this movie is unlike Sholay, वो जो ठाकुर का बदला वाला जो एक
Angle था,
एंगल जो ड्राइव करता है स्टोरी को वो
Fair.
नहीं है इसमें.
That's
Like
fair.
even though it
I
tries
get
to
it.
do the whole Sunil, either kill Sunil Dutt, they
Yeah.
have the widow and the son.
Yeah.
Shatrugan Sinha also has a sad
But he
backstory.
doesn't himself kill. No, like Shakal himself. No, he kills. Sorry, Shakal only. kills.
Shakal only gets him killed,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he
yeah.
gets the
He gets him to the
Shatrugan
lair.
Sinha's
Yeah.
wife, and does Shatrugan
Yeah.
Sinha also have a kid?
No, not a
No,
kid.
Okay,
no,
so
no,
just the
just
wife.
the
So
wife, yeah.
she's also done away
Yeah.
with.
Yeah.
So even though you have two driving forces here, it still does not have the same sort of
Yeah, because
That's
I
true.
think any movie
Fair.
that like has the flashback to 20 years
right.
and basically like
The
20
entire
साल से बदला,
खानदान,
like
yeah,
the
correct.
more number of years you add, the more generations you add to the बदला, the stronger your case gets.
Yeah,
कि
for
मेरे
the बदला.
दादाजी के ज़माने से हम इसके पीछे पड़े. Then like
Which is what a lot of
You're fair. You know, I agree now. Because
Yes.
no, I understand that Sholay is a better film, but
Yeah.
I, because of my own nostalgia,
sure,
I'm
sure,
just,
of course,
you know,
not not
more-
and because like I
partial.
went into this movie with zero expectations.
Yeah.
मुझे सच में नहीं पता था ये इतनी cult है. तो when I watched it, I was like, bro, this is too good, and I was not bored even for a second.
That's true.
dude, it's
Neither
very
And
fun.
Also
for
the
sure.
song, dude.
It's a lot lighter also than Sholay. Sholay,
Yeah.
I think it's definitely a more lighter film. Sorry,
That's
but you
true. I was saying कि जाने जहाँ is such a fantastic song in terms of the choreography, in terms of the beats.
जानू मेरी जान
वो,
का गाना।
जानू मेरी जान,
जानू
yeah,
मेरी
yeah.
जान,
जानू मेरी जान. I was thoroughly enjoying all the songs. Too good. So
Yeah,
I
agree.
enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
This film does two things which I don't know why Hindi films have stopped doing. One of them I told you about Antariksh. One is कि जब पुरानी पिक्चरों में कोई पानी के अंदर मरता था या इंजर्ड होता था तो वो पानी को लाल कर
लाल
देते
कर
थे.
देते
Okay, I was like,
थे.
okay,
Yeah.
this
Crocodile
thing.
होता है.
The other thing which
Yeah.
I don't know why we have stopped doing in action films in Hindi film कि किसी को अगर बम फेंकना है तो वो कारतूस पहले काट के
Yeah,
फेंकते
correct,
थे.
correct,
I don't know why
correct,
they
correct,
stopped
correct,
doing
correct.
that.
That's true.
That also happens in this movie.
Yeah.
कि मौत को मैं अपनी जबान से छू कर तेरे को भेज रहा हूँ.
That's true, man. Yeah, I never thought of that. That's
But
cool.
do you know why Shakal's name was kept as Shakal?
No, I don't.
Because Sharkal.
The way Urjita built up to that, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, actual genuine trivia is coming.
Shark ka kaal, like the time of the shark.
Yeah,
That's how you
that's
do it.
right, bitches.
Yes,
Yeah.
man. Very cool.
I had a point to make. I think the way Shakal's character, according to me as a writer, it could have been like made even better. Is you know how Nasruddin Shah को वो बकरी दी गई थी
Yeah.
in
In
Sarfarosh,
हाँ.
Yeah.
to like just to show कि
Yeah.
ये कितना ज़्यादा डरावना इंसान है.
Yeah.
वैसा आई नो शाकाल के पास वो क्रोकोडाइल वगैरह थे, बट देन विद दैट वो आउट एंड आउट खतरनाक इंसान दिख रहा था.
Correct.
आई वाज
true.
सीइंग द सटल थिंग्स.
That's true.
लाइक
yeah, yeah, yeah.
अगर लाइक उसका कोई तो ऐसा बेबी वो एक स्टोरी बताता कि हाउ ही किल्ड हिज एंटायर फैमिली जस्ट बिकॉज उन्होंने एक बार उनकी बात नहीं मानी. ऐसा कुछ अजीब.
Yeah, like Uday in Welcome. Okay. मैं बहुत बड़ा खिलाड़ी था. मैं हॉकी का बहुत बड़ा खिलाड़ी था. मेरी एक टांग नकली.
तो इसका अगर ऐसा कुछ और मीनिंग चीज
Yeah,
दिखाते
correct.
सुनाते तो आई फील और इसका स्ट्रॉन्ग होता. एंड ऑल्सो लाइक सम अगेन लाइक यू सेड जैसे शोले में था कि पुराना फैमिली से कनेक्शन है, वैसा ही कुछ ऐसा होता है कि तुम्हारे बाप
Yeah,
को जिस तरह
exactly.
मारा,
Like,
That's
इसी
what I was
तरह
coming to. Like
it starts very well. His
a lot of
introduction,
these
but yeah.
current
Correct.
Tamil films and even Hindi films do the same thing. Like in Jawan also there was a flashback कि
Yeah.
इसने बाप को मारा था, अब बेटे के पीछे आ रहा है. You know? There's that whole thing.
या तो दैट कि मैंने तेरे बाप को मारा, और यू फाइंड आउट दैट ही इज एक्चुअली देयर ब्रदर और समथिंग लाइक दैट.
So do you think the impact would have been more had Sunil Dutt been the father character rather than the brother character?
Yeah, I think yeah.
Could that have changed?
Maybe, but then it would have become too cliche. I don't know. Also age-wise, Sunil Dutt, Shashi
No,
Kapoor's
but you're again
father.
different actor.
Yeah.
And
So,
Rakhi can't play.
Salim Javed are just experimenting with relations just to understand कि कौन सा रिश्ता लोगों के लिए
ज़्यादा
ज़्यादा
important
इम्पोर्टेंट है.
What
भाई लोग
even
का
more?
इतना इज्जत नहीं है दुनिया में.
Yeah. माँ बहुत कर लिया, अभी भाभी करके देखते हैं.
भाभी
So like wife is revenge worthy.
Yeah.
Brother is revenge worthy. Child? You think child is revenge worthy?
Killing a child is a little too
Child
dark
is
for
too dark. So
80s,
for Salim
70s,
Javed.
For Salim Javed.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one, the kid is just running. The guns are shot around her in this movie also.
A child will be killed only if like his whole family is getting killed with
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
like in
Yeah.
Sholay.
In Sholay, correct, yeah.
You think Shatrugan Sinha had much to do in this movie though? I don't think he got that much.
I was not convinced by how easily they take him on their side, because he tried to assassinate your
That's
brother
true.
twice.
That's true. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
if they
absolutely.
kept Shatrugan Sinha's role
A
this
little
thing
grey for a while.
grey, or you don't know which side he is, or
Yeah.
if he flips in the end.
Correct. Yeah, that's true.
Could have been this
Yeah.
thing. Also, I wanted one of them to die at the end, like in Sholay, how Jay dies. Viru dies. No, Jay
Amitabh
dies.
dies.
Right? Amitabh dies. Jay dies. So I'm like, all of them just get out alive, despite the fact that there's a timer running and.
Like I would have liked all three of them to have their own crocodile kind of scene. You know, one with the shark, one with the crocodile. एक दो लोग ऊपर वहाँ पे मर रहे हैं. ये एक अकेला he gets the action with the crocodile.
Yeah, a
That
nice
seemed a little
hat tip
bad.
to Khoon Bari Mang.
Yeah.
That one scene, the action I think is very well done. The one scene where Amitabh lodges a wooden plank between the crocodile's
the
mouth,
blood.
I think that was very well done.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool.
So, Antariksh,
Yes.
according to you in Shaan, what's age the best and what's age the worst?
I have a list, guys.
Wow.
So
ये बचपन से काम कर रहा है इस मूवी पे अब्बास.
yes, I have. What is age the worst first then?
Sure.
Okay, what is age the worst? I would say again the Abdul song for me.
Okay.
That's terrible.
It's a little harsh. It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad. It's not needed in the sense.
Okay.
Like in today's world, age-wise, no.
Sure.
In today's world, that song absolutely would get cut from the
Okay.
movie
He
without
has
a
his own
doubt.
car, man.
That's true. His own four-wheel drive. Yeah, correct. So that's pretty bad. The fight sequences with Sunil Dutt aren't great.
Okay.
Like that whole thing where he's climbing down from the terrace. Why does everyone like an idiot have to look at the guy while he's climbing down so that to tell, oh, देखो ऊपर तुम्हारे कोई hai, and that's how the thief understands also.
But
So
that's
that was,
okay. That's more a stunt decision than a Sunil Dutt decision, right?
Yeah, fair. That's true. But I'm
Like
just saying
if,
that
if that
sequence
was
mein.
also Sunil Dutt was acting since the 50s and this came out in 1980.
Oh, yes,
So
he's
he
already
must have
30s
started getting
and-
older.
Yeah.
Also, if it was done today, they would have used CGI. Like Shah Rukh
They
Khan
would have,
is
yeah, for sure.
doing backflips in
Yeah,
Jawan,
and like jumping like straight into the window,
Yeah.
like cutting the window through. Whatever. Yeah, so that's like small
Okay,
things that
sure.
haven't aged well.
Yeah.
Sure, I would have liked if the henchmen, the four henchmen, had been established as their own proper characters.
Okay.
A little bit more. At least the four main ones. So you get scared of them also a little bit.
Okay.
Or intimidated by them also a little bit. Otherwise, in this, though, they felt like they were just barely making do.
They were scared of
They were
Shakaal.
super scared.
Yeah.
Or doing their own job even. So that.
Which reminds me, there's this one scene where I think the henchmen are having a meeting in some very tall building. And outside the window, you can clearly see it's like a wallpaper that they've stuck
Oh,
to
okay.
show
Is
that.
it? Oh, I didn't notice that. That's so funny.
That's okay.
Okay, but these are the only small things
Sure,
that
okay.
haven't aged well. What has aged the best is Amitabh Bachchan, firstly. In today's world, he looks great still.
Okay.
at
Yeah,
whatever he
that's
is.
true.
Yeah.
It's not a very hot take on
yeah,
this.
I know,
was
I know.
expecting a little more specific.
Again, so I've already mentioned how beautiful the camera angles were.
Yeah.
In particular, in two scenes. The Shakaal lair, the introduction, where he's walking around.
Yeah.
And again, I've already mentioned the car one. Again, so again, I guess I'm repeating myself at this point. But these things I really noticed. Also, the one where Parveen Babi and Amitabh are in the car. that sequence
The
where
police is-
Viju Kotek shows up, by the
Viju
way.
Kotek shows up as
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
as
we
police
didn't
officer.
talk about that scene
Yeah.
at all. Yeah.
Vijay Kutu shows up and then asks him, "Tumhara naam kya?" He says, Vijay. And Vijay Kutu's name is Vijay also. In real life.
Nice.
Yeah, that's a very funny scene.
That's a very funny scene. अरे तो आप इसलिए
He
हमें
could have
ढूंढ रहे
said, तुम्हारा नाम
Yeah.
क्या है? Vijay. खोटा है.
थे. So that I think those things have worked well. The songs have aged really well,
Absolutely.
like excellently.
Yeah.
And Shakaal I think was brilliant. I think Shakaal as a villain has aged the best from this movie. As a villain character,
Yeah.
Sure.
being intimidation.
I mean,
Shakaal
we
and
still have one here, so I can.
Yeah, correct. People are still following the look and all. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
मुझे हेजिट विजुअल पे तुमने बुलाया है अब तुम्हारी कुर्सी के नीचे देख
भाई तो टट्टी
Suddenly,
रखी है करो.
yeah. Suddenly these three chairs start rotating in a circle.
तुम्हें क्या लगा
Yeah.
शकाल को बुलाओगे
हम यहाँ पे खेलेंगे musical chairs.
I was going to say Shakaal as a concept has aged well, but then again, when I actually saw the movie, it doesn't do much.
No man.
Apart
it
from the
does a lot
first
to me.
introductory.
अरे भाई तारापुर वाला एक्वेरियम में पूरा शूट किया है.
वो है.
That was
ऐसा
badass
क्या
though.
बोलते हैं भाई?
Again, also.
नेट जियो से एक्टर लाके अगर तुम लग रहे हो as villains, of course it is going to age well. What are you saying?
One of the few villains also who actually in Bollywood gets a lair. There are not that many lair villains.
Yeah, the only one, I mean, to me that comes to mind is Mogambo.
Mogambo. Yeah, that's basically it. And Crime Master Gogo actually.
Has a lair?
At the end, no, where they go is lair only.
Oh,
Kind of,
really?
right?
Okay.
I
need to
imagine,
watch.
right? That's where,
He doesn't have that many layers though.
yeah. Gogi has more. Gogoji has more layers
Yeah.
than.
Not it doesn't have any
Shakaal.
gears also. कार नहीं है. तो.
कार नहीं है, yeah. Gear.
One of the henchmen was also Goga Kapoor.
Also, not into bears.
Okay.
He doesn't have any hair.
My producer telling
but he
telling
cares.
Antariksh to stop it.
He cares a lot.
About what?
About
Crimes.
robbing people.
Urjita, for you, what's aged the best? What's aged the worst?
So according to me, what's aged the best is women as con women.
Ooh, aged
I
the
think.
best?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the best. ये ऐसे अब्बास ऐसे आईब्रो रेस करके
Yeah,
पूछता है ना,
okay.
फिर मैं कंफ्यूज हो जाती कि सही बोला ना नहीं बोला क्या चेंज
इसी पिक्चर में था ना ये, हाँ?
तो वो जुर्म करना चाहिए ऐसे यार.
Yeah.
तो एक तो वो मुझे बड़ा बढ़िया लगा कि दोनों औरतें कौन वुमेन है एंड अनदर थिंग दैट्स एज्ड द बेस्ट इज अमिताभ लुक्स अगेन आई एम नॉट स्टीलिंग बट आई एम जस्ट सेइंग शाकाल एज अ विलन he has aged the best. I really loved him as a villain. I just feel like थोड़ा और एक दो चीजें होती ना उसको करने को,
Yeah.
थोड़ा और लेयर होता उसके कैरेक्टर में, then I think he would have been.
But he had a layer. और कितने चाहिए?
उसी का जोक उसी में.
LAIR
Layer.
but pants on fair.
Yeah.
And what's
But,
aged
yeah.
the worst?
What's it the worst? Oh man, I can't think of anything, but I think Abdul's character.
I think we're being very harsh on Mazhar Khan for this episode. But don't worry.
Man, he had other good films. It's
That's
fine.
true.
Yeah, maybe you guys will talk about them one of those days.
Yeah, for me.
Also, ये लहर करके मेरे को लहर भुजिया खाने का मन करे.
Okay, we'll ignore that and move on.
अभी बोल shut up. अभी बोल इसको shut up.
What's aged the best? Music, obviously. One of R.D. Burman's best score, I think.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
really
Dude, there's also during the part where Parveen and Amitabh are in the car and they're being chased by the police, the soundtrack behind is great.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
just go and listen to that, that is very like disco-y kind of. It's pretty cool.
मुझे इतना बढ़िया था, मुझे लगा ये चुराया है कहीं से.
This woman,
Very possible.
last
I don't know.
episode in Burfi,
Yeah.
she was like, you should never plagiarize, you know, कभी
Yeah,
कोई
yeah.
चोरी नहीं कर रहा है और खुद बोल रही है अच्छा लगा तो चोरी किया होगा.
वही तो मैं बोल रही हूँ.
बर्फी में कोई किसी ने कुछ चोरी किया था.
Pritam's background score was accused of plagiarism from Amelie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Pritam's name itself must be plagiarized.
Okay,
right?
no,
Maybe
Pritam.
we're not going
Amrita
there.
Pritam से.
What is the worst? I'm gonna give a hot take.
Oh, okay. Here we
Shakaal.
go.
Say-
Here
say
we go.
Shakaal.
Shakaal was good.
Yeah, okay.
Salim Javed's script, because they set up things very well, but they don't pay off. Like I'm waiting for Shakaal to be deadlier, but it never comes. I'm waiting for Shashi and Amitabh to have their moments, but it never comes. It's almost like like they set things up, but the payoff is never there. So sorry, Salim Saab and
So, you know, I have
So
a
you think
theory.
the script hasn't aged well?
yeah.
Okay.
So the swag and style of the movie is there. That's all the director.
Yeah.
But the story, does not on its own. Everybody gets away scot free. The deaths are
Yeah.
not having the impact. So again, I'm comparing this
Fair.
to
I
Sholay,
get
where
it.
everything hits.
That's true.
So,
Like
yeah.
even the brother's death doesn't hit as
Exactly.
much.
Yes.
Because the brother just come and like, "Arey, nahi, tu bata."
Yeah.
And then he goes to the back and then she slaps him. Ki, "Arey, क्या बात कर रहा है तू?" And then
अब्दुल
that's
का
it.
भी कैरेक्टर ऐसा है कि जब वो मरे मेरे को एकदम रोने जैसा आना चाहिए कि
True.
अरे यार इनका एक
इसको
दोस्त
ऐसे मार
चला
दिया,
गया
yeah.
पर वो अंतरिक्ष, if you had to program a double feature with Shaan,
Dude,
which one
Sholay.
would it
There's no other better option.
Okay.
They came right after each other. They are written by the same writers,
Directed by the
directed by the
same
same
guy,
director,
yeah.
starring some of the
of
same
the
cast.
yeah.
Perfect double feature. Sholay and Shaan perfectly good. They rolls off the tongue. Both sh sounds. Antariksh को भी उसके बाद में डाल.
Urjita.
I forgot the movie's name जिसमें मोगैम्बो खुश हुआ है.
Mr. India.
Mr. India, yeah, Mr. India.
Mr. India and Shaan actually. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
not
good.
because
Very good layers,
Mr.
yeah.
India and because the thing is दोनों में थोड़ा ऐसा अतरंगी एलिमेंट है, लाइक इसमें वो एक्वेरियम है और उसमें वो गायब हो रहा है. So then
So, Mr. India में Mogambo is supposed to be a spoof. Shekhar Kapoor said that he wanted to spoof villains.
Villains?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's why he gave him this over-the-top thing. He has guys who are like,
Oh,
hail
that's awesome.
Mogambo,
I
and they
didn't
jump.
know that.
Yeah,
Cool.
So,
right.
yeah. But
Right.
again, Amrish Puri pulled it off so convincingly
that's
that
true.
for us it became an iconic.
And also like because Amrish Puri as a villain, why he stands out is because I think he's one of the very few villains that jokes around. Shakaal, you don't see joking around.
Bachchi.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
हम
That's
तुमको
true.
पाला
Yeah.
हूँ शंकर.
Shakaal is very serious.
So that's why like I feel like that Mr. India and this movie.
That's actually.
It could also be Diwar, and this also could have been well done.
Yeah.
Like if you want to pair
Shashi
actors,
and Shashi
yeah,
and Amitabh.
you
Yeah,
want to see
true.
that.
Yeah.
That could also be a good.
I'm going to pair it with a movie that came out in 1968. It's a Dharmendra film called Aankhein. It's on YouTube. It's an out-and-out spy movie.
So there have been 3 films with
Yeah.
the name Aankhein?
Yeah.
What?
Have you
know
heard
of
this
2.
song? Shisha ho ya dil ho aakhir toot jata
Yeah,
hai.
yeah, it's
That's
from
from
that
Aankhein.
movie.
Yeah.
Toot jata, that one.
Yeah. So watch it. In 1968 की picture है. It's way ahead of its time. It's an out-and-out spy movie.
This is the one where he has some like cool costumes or what in this?
Not really. He's dressed mostly in a white pant suit. क्या बोलते हैं उसको?
Okay,
Suit.
okay.
But it's full like our intelligence should not go over and spy, espionage, all of that.
Oh, sounds
it's a
great.
very cool film. So
Yeah.
I would. It's a great companion.
What's
to
it called
Shaan.
again?
Aankhein.
Aankhein. Oh, okay.
From 1968. It's on YouTube. Standout performance for you, Antariksh?
Shakaal and Amitabh, without doubt.
Kulbhushan Kharbanda. For
Yeah.
you, Urjita?
Shakaal. Full stop.
Me too. Also Shakaal. I think.
I think
Yeah.
Amitabh gets some great comic moments to shine,
True.
and he does it really well. Also, at the end, Amitabh is the one who gets to sit in the chair.
I know.
finally
Yeah,
Shakaal's
that's
chair.
you could clearly tell between Shashi Kapoor,
Favoritism.
Shatrugan, and Amitabh who was the biggest star because
Yeah,
he gets to
correct.
get the
Yeah.
big moment at the end
Correct.
too. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's do the hazard age well scale, Antariksh, on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being it was a product of its time, has not aged well. 10 being you love and enjoy it every time you watch it, find something new. On a scale of 1 to 10.
9.2. 9.2.
9.2.
Yeah, pretty high. Pretty high.
Very accurate.
Pretty high. Yeah.
9.2.
yeah.
And on a rewatchability, would you watch it again?
Oh, 100%, without a doubt. Maybe even right after this episode. Because right now I'm in the zone, you know. I just finished watching it yesterday.
Yeah.
Now I know I'll be telling my girlfriend to watch it with me now for the next
okay.
few days till she convinces me that she won't be able to watch it. It's always her taste, huh? But yeah, so, whatever.
Name one film that she has forced you to watch.
Band Baja Bharat, and I'm thankful she
That's
did
a
because I
good
love that
film,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah, now I love it.
Really?
But I was like, yeah, theek hai yaar. I've heard it's a good film.
Antariksh, do you think she was trying to drop a hint? She made you watch Band Baja?
For sure. And it's been received, guys.
She wants to start a wedding management company with you. That's the hint.
Yeah, correct.
तुमको क्या लगा मैं समझ नहीं पाऊंगी?
Urjita, hazard age well scale 1 to 10.
I think it has aged very well, yaar.
Okay.
So, I mean, 8.5.
8.5.
Yeah.
Rewatchability?
Rewatchability 9.
Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Very high score.
I think I would watch it with my family again.
Okay.
I would definitely watch it with my dad.
Oh yeah, you didn't. This time your dad didn't come around. Usually when we
No,
discuss
so the
older
thing
films.
is, because my dad was on a vacation, so I didn't get to ask him if he
Acha,
watched
okay.
this movie or not. But man, I was like, no, I'm watching this with my dad now.
Got it.
So
Cool. For me, it's going to be a 6 on Has It Aged Well scale. I think it's a fun movie, but it has its...
Mr. Critic. It's like a Mr. Critic.
शोले लग रहे हैं हमारे जिया में क्योंकि तुमने दिया इसको 6.
Has It Aged Well scale, rewatchability scale, I'd say 8. It's very rewatchable.
Very
You can watch it again and not get bored.
Yeah.
So,
7
yeah.
देने वाला
Very
था,
true.
मुझे
Yeah,
पता है.
नहीं, 8. ठीक है. So, those were our scores. Let's do the alternate ending segment right now. Okay, so this is the alternate ending segment where we discuss or share another ending for the movie that we discussed, or we pitch a sequel. So, Antariksh, do you have an alternate ending for Shaan from
I have two.
1980? Yes.
I have 2 alternate endings. One is what Urjita already mentioned. I wanted Shatrugan and Rakhi to be
end up
married.
together.
Yeah.
And together because Shatrugan is already kind of part of the
Kind
family
of,
now.
yeah.
And they both lost their significant other. So they both are like kind of single.
Yeah.
You know, like coincidentally single, both of them.
Yeah.
And
So, you want to know the trivia about that?
yeah. That was planned?
So just before the scene where they are, there is an assassination attempt on them. They go in a car. There was a scene where Shatrugan Sinha, Rakhi, and the child, they go to a zoo, and there was a sequence where they're going to each animal and feeding them, and there's bonding happening. And apparently, some version of a film still exists where on the VHS release that scene was there, but when the DVD came out, it was not there.
Okay.
Wow.
So it was kind of implied that they are kind of not
Gonna end up
dating
together.
but bonding together.
Nice.
But
Oh, that's nice.
yeah,
That's hard.
I think
that's
अगर वो
cool.
scene होता तो फिर then our point about Shatrugan Sinha not being one of the primary characters would have been scrapped because then
maybe
Yeah,
there's a
काफी
little-
and even राखी
Get
को भी
something.
काफी मिलता फिर उसमें.
काफी मिलता उसको.
एक scene वो हाथी को घास खिलाए. अरे
Terrible
character
है.
development.
But then man, then this movie would have been like the perfect animal experience.
Yeah,
क्योंकि
yeah.
ये तो aquarium है,
Correct.
zoo
Yeah,
है.
zoo all.
और क्या चाहिए घर
Full
में
environment
lizard
है.
दिखा दो पूरा
Yeah, correct.
ये ecosystem आ जाएगा.
Yeah.
And what's the
Okay,
second
double
alternate ending?
Second alternate ending is that I feel Shakal's chair is the actual villain. Okay, Shakal's chair is the dark force that binds this whole thing together. Like the chair is what gives him this power, is what corrupts.
Horcrux है.
So when Amitabh sits in it at the end,
Oh, he becomes
he becomes corrupted.
Oh.
He kills his entire family right there. And that's how Dawn is born. The Dawn. So in Dawn, both the Amitabh Bachchan's names is Vijay.
Oh my god, because now he's like no family member remained.
Yeah,
I am
dude.
my own family.
He is the Dawn. Yeah, dude.
Wow.
He's the Dawn now.
Power
Even though-
corrupts
even though-
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolute power
Power
corrupts absolutely.
Yes, that's
Dawn
it.
came out 2 years before, so this is a prequel.
Yeah,
Because
prequel,
this-
exactly. It's a
Yeah.
prequel to Dawn, dude. Yeah. That's a good one, no?
Because you mentioned the chair, I forgot to mention the room, the way it's designed. It's reminiscent of the first scene in Star Wars where Darth Vader walks in and
You're right.
chokes him.
You're absolutely
That
right.
whole
Yeah,
circle
correct.
thing. So,
Also, there was a part at the end. I don't know. We didn't talk about it in the main episode, but there was a part at the end where during the fight sequence, he puts poisonous gas in this.
yeah.
So he's poisoning himself also, now what?
Doesn't he wear a mask?
No, Shaka does never wears a mask.
Maybe he has.
He's just assuming that
he's trained
the
himself.
air won't travel this way.
तो मतलब वो Voldemort है
हाँ,
क्योंकि
Chair
नाक नहीं
Horcrux
है.
नाक नहीं है, नहीं, नाक है ही नहीं, correct, yeah.
Oh, now it all makes sense.
All makes sense.
Yeah, that's weird. But
Urjita,
anyway.
for you, alternate ending?
Alternate ending, I was thinking तो वही मैंने भी सोचा था कि शत्रुघ्न सिन्हा ends up marrying her.
Okay.
एक तो वो है and the other I was thinking that all 4 of them they get married to each other. Bindya Goswami to Shashi
Okay.
Kapoor, Amitabh Bachchan to Parveen Babi, and now they have decided to like continue वो conman बनना चालू होता है.
Oh, family business.
Family
nowadays.
business. एक तो that like,
Love
but again that is also just an ending. I was also
Yeah.
thinking of a sequel where maybe Amitabh Bachchan because he has the power now. Okay, अभी वो he wants to continue conning people, but Shashi Kapoor is like कि नहीं मैं पुलिस बनूंगा and that is Diwar.
Oh, so we both
So-
went that way, dude. We went
Yeah.
Dawn, we
Dawn
went
prequel, Diwar
Whoa, that
Diwar
is
sequel,
awesome, dude.
prequel.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
And then Rakhi ends up having another child with Shatrugan Sinha, but Shatrugan Sinha again because he loves dying. So he ends up dying, and then that is Karan Arjun.
Wow.
Amazing. Great. Multiverse.
Yeah.
Shared
Yeah.
universe.
Yeah.
Correct.
Don't
yeah.
ask me how her
Yeah.
girl child ends up becoming a male child, but we just assume.
UCU, Urjita Cinematic Universe.
Great. Let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
इससे कंपैरिजन में मेरा थोड़ा अभी फीका लगेगा alternate ending, but my thing was
It's okay. We'll put yours first.
Nice.
so they kill Shakaal, okay, in the
Okay.
climax,
Yeah,
and they find out, but a few days later, that all of Shakaal's bank accounts and everything are still active. Okay, nothing seems to have gone down. So they're like, what was the point of killing Shakaal? There seems to be someone else who's masterminding this whole thing.
that's
so
nice,
they go
yeah.
back to the lair.
Yeah, cool.
And they find that all the जो भी टूटा फूटा था वो फिर से बन चुका है.
Oh.
There's like a,
And it's Mogambo, it's Mr. India.
No.
Oh, we got another
and,
movie.
and they reach the place and they find someone still sitting on the chair. And they're like, who is this? The sharks are going around. Chair turns around. It's Sunil Dutt.
Oh,
dude!
This is way
That's
better.
awesome.
Yeah.
I want this.
He
Dude.
faked his own death. He was like, you thought I was honest all along. Well,
Damn,
guess
son.
when they don't doubt you,
Yeah.
when you pretend to be the most honest cop.
Again, see, it's the chair that is the dark force, dude.
Yeah.
It all ties in, dude.
That's brilliant. The bank account thing too
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Too good.
Great,
The bank
great,
account
great,
was
great.
still
So,
active.
Yeah.
That was and then
And Rakhi's like, तुम्हारे पास इतना
Exactly.
पैसा था? हम गरीब हैं. The गरीबी तो नहीं.
And Rakhi will be like, oh my god, तुमने मुझसे भी झूठ बोला. And Sunil Dutt was like, कि हाँ मतलब unlike our previous time, तुम्हारे सामने कोई आईना
Yeah.
नहीं था ना जिससे तुम
Correct.
देख सको मेरी
Yeah.
करतूते. Get the reference?
And then get. No,
Yeah.
I don't. What
no,
was
I
it?
don't either.
अरे वो जब भी इंट्रोडक्शन सीन में वो आता है उसकी
okay,
बेटी
हाँ,
के साथ.
करतूते.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, he's you know his line is कि हुई ना तुम पुलिस अफसर की wife. Okay, when in the introduction,
हाँ,
right?
yeah,
हुई
yeah.
हो ना तुम पुलिस अफसर की wife.
Yeah.
His criteria is you know how to look at a mirror properly.
Yeah, that's what.
That's the criteria for being a police officer.
Yeah, but nice. That's a very nice.
Yeah.
nice
So
movie.
that was our episode on Shaan from 1980. Antariksh, thank you so much for joining
Hey man,
us.
this was a lot of fun.
And, sharing your love for Shaan.
Yeah,
Uh,
I
of-
hope there are more weeks where you guys don't get other guests, so you get Snail and me back again. It's
No,
nice.
this will keep
It's fun.
happening.
Yeah.
Before we wrap up, I'd like to plug your show, which is Just a Filmy Game Show, which is very much found on this very YouTube channel. What is Just a Filmy Game Show in a nutshell? And
It's
tell
a
us.
Bollywood movies-based game show where we play games based on Bollywood films and Bollywood songs to determine who amongst us is the biggest Bollywood Deewana or Deewani.
Me and Urjita were on an episode where I kick Urjita's ass in the episode, and I won.
We'll get you guys back. We'll get you guys back in different permutation combinations, and we've been doing a lot of fun episodes. So please check it out.
Why
It'll mean a lot.
different permutation? Why not again together?
Shut the fuck up.
कर सकते हैं, but why repeat?
You-
know,
You can
immediately.
ask again
Yeah.
a
Go
film review
exchange.
round, and I can ace it again. And
No, absolutely
No,
not.
I've learned my lesson. Not that game again anymore.
Yeah.
Where can people find you on social media, please?
At Antariksh Takkar on social media, and I have started a comedy venue in Powai called the Top Secret Comedy Club, whose name we are changing pretty soon to the Chuckle Fox Comedy Club. But it's a very cool place. Both these guys have performed.
Yes.
Please come check us out. Check out their stand-ups. They both are very funny also. And please come out the comedy
Thanks,
club.
yeah. Also.
Yeah.
And Urjita, where can people find you?
You guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel at the Urjita Vani, and my video is about to reach 1 million views. So
Whoa.
please share it. Please share. मुझे जल्द से जल्द 1
awesome.
million पहुंचा दो.
हमारे
and,
पूरे चैनल का 1 million हो रहा है पता है?
And you guys can also follow me on Instagram at the Urjita Vani. Thank you. Love you.
Cool. And you can follow me on Twitter at Abbas Momin and Abbas Momin88 on Instagram. I'm at 312 subscribers on YouTube. Please get me to 500 so that I can drop a video and get some
Oh,
monetization.
awesome. Done.
So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Next week we'll be back with a new movie and a new guest. But Antariksh will keep coming back again and again. So thank you so much.
Because you guys love me so much.
Yes. Thank you so much for watching till the end. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
IVM.